Welcome to this lesson on the law of cosines. In trigonometry, we often work with right-angled triangles, but what happens when we step outside that comfort zone? Today, we will explore a powerful formula that generalizes the Pythagorean theorem, allowing us to solve for sides and angles in any triangle, whether it is acute, obtuse, or right-angled. First, let us refresh our memory. We all know the Pythagorean theorem. It states that for a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, C, equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides, A and B. This is the foundation of geometry, but remember, it has one major condition. The angle C must be exactly 90 degrees. So, what happens if that angle changes? If we squeeze the triangle so the angle is less than 90 degrees, the opposite side C gets shorter. If we stretch it so the angle is more than 90 degrees, side C gets longer. The Pythagorean equation no longer holds true. We need a way to adjust the formula to account for these changes. This brings us to the law of cosines. Here is the formula. It looks very similar to the Pythagorean theorem, doesn't it? We have c squared equals a squared plus b squared, but then there is this extra part at the end. Minus 2ab times the cosine of angle C, this extra term is the key to solving any triangle. To use this correctly, we need to be strict about our labeling. We label the sides with lowercase letters, A, B, and C we label the angles with uppercase letters A, B, and C the most important rule is that side C is always directly opposite angle C. The formula connects these two specific parts. Let's look closer at that adjustment term. Minus 2ab cosine C, why is it there? It acts as a correction factor. It uses the cosine of the angle to determine exactly how much to subtract from or add to the original Pythagorean value, ensuring the length of side C is calculated perfectly. Let's see it in action. In an acute triangle, angle C is less than 90 degrees. The cosine of an acute angle is positive. Since the formula subtracts this positive value, the result for c squared becomes smaller. This matches what we see visually. The side opposite an acute angle is shorter than it would be in a right triangle. Now consider an obtuse triangle. Here, angle C is greater than 90 degrees. The cosine of an obtuse angle is actually negative. When you subtract a negative number, mathematically, you are adding. This increases the value of c squared, which makes perfect sense because side C has stretched out to be very long. And finally, the magic moment. What if angle C is exactly 90 degrees? Well, the cosine of 90 is 0. That means the entire adjustment term becomes 0. The formula simplifies right back down to c squared equals a squared plus b squared. The law of cosines is truly the general parent of the Pythagorean theorem. Let's try a practical example. Suppose we know side A is 5, side B is 8, and the angle between them is 60 degrees. We plug these numbers into the formula. We calculate the squares, multiply the terms, and use the cosine of 60, which is 0.5. After doing the arithmetic, we find that c squared is 49, meaning side C is 7. We can also use algebra to rearrange the formula. If we know all three sides of a triangle but none of the angles, we can solve for cosine C by isolating the angle. We can find out exactly how wide or narrow any corner of the triangle is, just by knowing the lengths of the sides. To wrap up, the law of cosines is an essential tool in your trigonometry toolkit. It works for all triangles, not just right-angled ones. It generalizes the Pythagorean theorem and allows you to find missing sides and angles given enough information. Just remember to pay attention to the sign of the cosine value.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.